What's up, everybody? It's Kev Kelm here for WrestleZone. So much to get into on a Monday. WWE wants a big crowd for WrestleMania. Reportedly, the latest on NXT potentially moving to a different night for television, and some unfortunate news about a potential COVID out teen. It's been a long year. A COVID-19 outbreak. Let's get into it on today's WrestleZone News Flash. So let's get into the unfortunate story to start the show. A potential COVID-19 outbreak has been reported coming out of the WWE Performance Center in Florida. Now, here is the latest that we know from multiple sources that are running with the story right now. Per Mike Johnson at PWI Insider, multiple sources have confirmed to him that positive COVID-19 tests have been coming out of the Performance Center and are expected to impact Wednesday night's episode of NXT on the USA Network this week. Multiple people are being told to quarantine during this period. There had been talks of a potential outbreak over the last several days, and talents and staff are currently undergoing testing, Johnson reported. Johnson's report also suggests that a large gathering of talent from the PC and NXT talent were doing ring crew work. They were moving some ring equipment, and sources cited that many people involved weren't wearing masks. And the source also noted that the enforcement of masks should be more strict. It is also worth noting this follows up news over the weekend that WWE chairman Vince McMahon was kind of upset that some superstars weren't taking the pandemic and the protocols, specifically mask wearing, seriously after he learned of a certain superstar who was not named potentially attending an amusement park not wearing a mask. So it's worth noting, WWE, some people were very critical of him, some fans critical of how they handled the pandemic initially, but obviously they adapted, added more testing, put it in fines for not wearing masks, especially when you see documentary footage. They're all wearing masks behind the scenes. But, I've seen many fans hound several superstars or contracted superstars from either Raw, SmackDown, or NXT if they're posting pictures and they appear to be out in public and they're not wearing a mask. It's this weird period we're going to be in here for a while as people transition back to normal with vaccines. I mean, people are going to say, well, are you doing that if you don't have a vaccine? Why you're going to get into that. Obviously, I'm not doing this to start a political conversation, but obviously this is a risk that people are taking, and it only takes, one person to mess this up to kind of cause an issue like this. And hopefully no one suffers any severe cases of COVID-19. Maybe some of you know people that have. Some people get it and they're simply asymptomatic. So no matter what, it definitely causes an issue here. And WWE trying to respond to it in the best way they can. We do have news about WrestleMania. Now, we know WrestleMania will be at Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay, Florida, 2 nights, April 10th and 11th. Tickets are, at this moment, here on Monday the 15th, supposed to go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. There's been some wait and debate about the pre-sale, and no pre-sale information has come out. So we're kind of waiting for information on that. But at this time, while I'm talking to you, tickets are supposed to go on sale tomorrow morning. They could change. Who knows? We'll see. But over the weekend, we got some very, very good news about what WWE expects in terms of live crowd. This comes from John Alba, great journalist in the local Tampa Bay area. He says that WWE WrestleMania is hoping to break the record for the largest gathering for sports or entertainment since the pandemic started. Dave Meltzer followed this up. He actually broke the story, Alba adding a little bit more, saying they expect to have 45,000 fans. This is in a stadium that can hold 65,000 fans. The Super Bowl was held there just a few weeks ago. Raymond James Stadium last month is a formidable venue when you look at what they did with the Super Bowl. We'll kind of get an idea of what WrestleMania will look like. We're being told tickets can be bought only in pods, a lot of different restrictions for this. And it hosted 25,000 fans for that Super Bowl. So this would be significantly more. NASCAR events were also held at the Bristol Motor Speedway last year, and 35,000 people attended that in terms of big events in the United States. Now, obviously, New Japan Pro Wrestling, they've been having thousands of fans at their shows for the past couple of months, dating back into the summer, and had an estimated anywhere more than 12,000 fans at the Tokyo Dome for 2 nights of Wrestle Kingdom. So it'll be interesting to see how WWE does this. Obviously, we thought we would get a pre-sale announcement last week. That didn't happen. Is there potential for tickets to be delayed? We're kind of waiting to see how that goes. There were some local radio stations that tweeted out that there could be a potential delay, and then those posts on social media were taking off. So I think things are going to change, and we'll know more probably the next time I talk to you guys on our live stream here. If you haven't done it already, go ahead and subscribe to our channel on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch. That's right, we're on Twitch now. You guys can check us out there as well. And, of course, check out our podcast. We just dropped an interview today with Eric Bischoff. Eric Bischoff talking about his new venture in podcasting with adfreeshows.com and the 83 Weeks podcast. Great podcast, by the way. Very insightful about his run with WCW, the different things he got to do with WWE and the AWA. A lot of very insightful stuff into how his journey into wrestling got started. We've been able to have a couple of conversations with him, and this may be one of our best. It's available right now for you on our video channels and our podcast channel as well. So go check that out. So let's get back in NXT. We've talked about the unfortunate situation there with the PC and the good hopeful news with WrestleMania. So what is the latest on NXT moving to a different night? We've heard this for a couple weeks now. The Mat Men podcast were the first people to really break the story, and we've heard more information kind of come out and follow up on that. And that includes that WWE had some calendar information from their production crews get out to some reporters, and it reveals that there is indeed an NXT production taping scheduled for April 13th. This is another story broken by PWI Insider. Good on the scoops today this week, PWI Insider. This isn't officially confirmed, but it notes that there is an episode of NXT to be taped after WrestleMania 37 on Tuesday, April 13th. It was noted the rumors of NXT moving to Tuesday have been in the rounds, and now this is a little bit more certain of that when you're specifically talking about a production calendar laying those dates out. That'd be a very, very insane week for WWE production, by the way, because that would be, I think, nearly 9 days of just 9 days in a row of production stuff, of just turning over content like that. NXT will host Stand and Deliver on April 7th and 8th. The first night will be on the USA Network on the usual TV time slot as it stands now. The second night will be on Thursday on Peacock, as WWE makes their big move over to NBC Universal streaming service in the United States. The rest of you outside of the United States will still get it through WWE Network. So that is the latest from WrestleZone.com. Did you enjoy this news update? I can use words if I speak slowly. And you can join us tonight as well after Monday Night Raw. Ali versus Riddle for the United States title. You put out a pretty cool promo about that, by the way. It's up on social media. We'll be checking that out. We'll be taking your thoughts, putting them on screen in this live update. All right, we're going to be doing a lot of very, very cool stuff on the road to WrestleMania. Are you trying to get WrestleMania tickets? Let us know about that in the comments below. How do you feel about the stories you saw on today's video? Let us know in the comments below. I'll be responding on all of our different channels. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channels wherever you get them. Remember, when watching wrestling, please do the most important thing and enjoy wrestling.